Hello from Yat Dragon.com. This is Ji Sifu. Today we'll be talking about the Saam Law Sun Gung Chinese magic that we're doing, and just skipping the music part intro because of time restriction. But now I want to talk about one thing that most beginners in our lineage will be cultivating, learning, and also using. This is the Fu Tao. These kind of stuff. Okay, they are fu, but they're not the full fu. They're called fu tao, like the head of the fu. What are these? Let me show you a few, okay? So we have some red ones. Let me try to find the black ones to let you see. Do I have any black ones? Yeah, I don't have any black one. Oh no. Oh well. Okay, so here are some red ones. They look kind of like this. Okay, you don't know what they are. They look kind of like a symbol. Okay, they are actually not just a symbol. They are very, very complicated, and they are very, very, very deep in terms of what they can do and what they are. Now, I cannot directly bring out what they are because it's very complex, but I can do a little bit of referring to stuff and trying to metaphor, giving examples so that you can relate. Now, just like chemistry, how people can analyze things into the very last atom of things, okay, very last bits of things, digging into the most original or most simple form they can find out about. Now, this is a form of science in this world, in this physical dimension, what we call physical science. Okay, you dig into stuff, the physical form of stuff, and learn, and then they can see and tell the different things in like very small microscopic form. This is like the properties of what things have. Okay, so basically, just like analyzing into DNAs, you see different combination of things, and that is how it's changed and formed different kinds of DNA. Now, in Magick, we also work in a similar ways, like chemistry, like DNAs. But what we are working with is not the physical element. This is the element of the non-physical side, the spiritual element. What we mean by spiritual is a lot of things that you cannot touch, cannot eat, cannot grab with your hand, you cannot see with your eyes, but there is such things. For example, thought, intention, subconsciousness, feeling, like sad, happy, that kind of stuff. You cannot grab it, but it's there. You cannot see feelings. You cannot see or read what people are thinking. You cannot put this thinking thing. You cannot okay, let me just grab some of these to you, and then now you can see what I'm thinking, right? The piece of paper come out, and you're like, okay, this is my thought. You can't really do that, right? But all these things, your thinking, your thoughts, your subconscious, all these things here, they are energies. What we call spiritual energies. Energies you cannot touch. And there are more. There are many, many more of these energies, very, very subtly existing around us. These energies, they exist not only in this dimension, but in all other dimensions. Not only living beings will have these energies, but so is a piece of rock, bunch of salt, vegetables, or even the cloud, moisture in the air. They all have these energies. Okay? By being able to break down to the very last bit and to the most original form of these spiritual energies, this is what we are trying to cultivate and to achieve and to get these raw form of energies as our resources to be used to do magic. Now, you can watch my other videos on what is magic, definition. But by doing this, you're gathering up not just, some intention, some other focus, concentration from yourself. That is not enough. Just by yourself, this is not enough. It's not purified. It's not breaking down into like, okay, this is whatever mineral, this is whatever mineral, this is like this. You need to cultivate and break down the stuff so that you can categorize your energies that you have put into the altar into this very specific raw form. It's just like how science can take this bunch of gloopy stuff and then they put it into a machine, purify it, and now they cultivate it, this whatever calciums into this whatever chemical. And this raw chemical, it's not like you can just go to a vegetable and then take it and, I'm eating that. Yeah, it contains some of it inside. But you cannot get it just by doing this and getting the form, that specific thing. You cannot. It's all mixed in the vegetable. You need to go through a process to cultivate, to extract these specific type of raw spiritual energy. And that is what we're doing with the Fu Tao cultivation. These cultivation. There are methods to do it. You learn the methods. You learn what it is, the theories and concept, and the methods of doing it. And when you do it, okay, when you cultivate with the Fu Tao, the stuff related to these, what you're doing first is to cultivate by using your own energies here. And then to be able to sense, not like really like, I'm feeling it. It's so hot now. This is good. It's not like that, okay? I'm talking about sensing, as in here. It just automatically can draw in this thing. You don't, like when you sense feeling, it's not like sensing heat. You don't go, I sense you're happy, and then now all of a sudden I get hot, I get very, excited. You don't have that kind of sensing, right? People usually think that when you sense energy, your body needs to get hot, you need to see something, you need to vibrate and like that. It's wrong. Think about it. When you sense someone feeling hurt, they are feeling internally wounded, or someone is feeling not good inside, grumpy, you sense. Do you feel like all of a sudden this is vibrating, giving off smoke and stuff like that? No, man, you don't feel that. They're more spiritual, they're more pre-heaven. This thing is, you don't feel with your body like heat and all that stuff. You don't feel it. And magic power is like that. You don't feel all these things. You don't have to feel like hot, getting vibrations and the seeing stuff, all that stuff. That is not right. But the first stage of cultivating the Fu Tao is to be able to go through the cultivation and be able to sense and have your own energies here, the spiritual energy, react and respond and make these raw elements in other places, other things, other like the air of here, to sense your calling, your summoning, your calling. And then later on, when you can connect to these different atoms, spiritual atoms, okay, later on you can extract from it. And by being able to extract it, first of all, you extract from things that is very close to you. For example, you have a dish of beans, okay? Now you can extract from the dish of beans. Extract, there goes the energy. Now, being able to extract from this local area, very close range area, it's good. Later on, the higher you go, the further you go to extract higher level and more pure level stuff. You extract different types of these raw elements from higher level dimensions, from your soul, from your spiritual soul, and then from your spiritual planet, and then later on from the lineage network, and then later on to another dimension that you can cultivate a more pure, raw, and powerful energy type of that properties, that atom, the spiritual atom, the chemical, whatever you call that. And then you cultivate by getting all these stuff ready, and then at your altar while you're doing your work, you will consume them back and use these things like eating medicine. Consume it back, and then it will nourish your own pool of energy here and nourish yourself, upgrade your energies. Now, because all these little bits and pieces, different parts of the raw elements are essence energy. They're like the very essence form, raw energy. They are like in the cycle of the 5 elements. These are cultivated and prepared and extracted elements. They are the gold element in the 5 element cycle. Now, because you're consuming these gold back to yourself, that is why it's called the gold alchemy pill, or whatever you call that thing. Because you're consuming the gold, not a physical metal. It's the gold element in the 5 element cycle. This is the gold. It's the raw spiritual energy essence that you have cultivated, extracted from things in this world, in local, and then in another dimension, and also in the raw space. You cultivate this energy and consume it. And these are the essence energy that you consume to upgrade your own energy. And then later on, you can learn to also output and extract from yourself. Right, okay? Extract these specific energies from yourself, put it into a food, the paper, and use, or like you can use it to empower things, you can use it to convert energies, you can use it to mix, and make your own magic medicine. Not like curing cough and fever, but medicine as in like it can be mixed together, mix energy, different types of energy together to create a different result. Just like chemistry. Okay, you mix this and this, boom, this happened, right? So we want to mix this raw energy and this energy together to have this effect. You want to mix this and this to empower this so that it will do better. You want to mix this and this together so that it will change something. That's why we cultivate and extract these raw form, raw energy. And this is the whole meaning of why you cultivate the Fu Tao. Now, without all these cultivations and all these energy extract that you're cultivating from these Fu Tao cultivation, you will have nothing to use to power up your magic later on. This is the most foundational and most important cultivation in magic practice, is to build up the base. What I mean by the base is the most basic, the most raw form of energies. Like saying you have to have your salt, your sugar, your oil, your whatever, the raw stuff. Okay? Now you can cook. Without all these raw stuff, whatever formula that you get, even you have a lot of like powerful formula, you cannot make it because there's no chemicals for you to use to make the medicine. And not only like that, okay, even you try to make the medicine, is not going to work. There's nothing inside. There's no power inside the magic. The power of your magic depends on your foundation and the magic power, the energies that you have cultivated. This energy that being cultivated is not easy to achieve, and it's not like freebies. Is you don't just ordain and you can instantly do magic, and then you can instantly help someone. You can instantly bust some evil stuff away. You can instantly do this and that. No, this is not real, not reality. In reality, magic is you learn the skills, and then you need to have the power to fuel and back your skills up. Just like saying, okay, now you know how to punch, you know how to do this. Okay, you cannot just learn and expect yourself to fight anyone. You need to get the power up so that the punch will have power inside here and do something for real. Now, it's like something, like when people learn martial art, they always say this, like after 2 lessons, and then they will ask, can I learn something to, kick someone's butt? And then you're like, you can't really do it, but, you can do this and block, try to look cool like that. Well, the thing is, you're not going to do anything. You don't have any power. Even the skills, the same skills don't work. Okay. For example, if you're like, okay, you can block like this, block. No, the problem is your hand is not conditioned. You don't have your stance power. You don't have structural power. You don't have the speed of reaction. Everything is missing. Even you see and you can imitate the same movement like that, when things happen, when you do the same thing, nothing's going to work. Now, it's not the problem with the technique. The problem is you don't have the stuff in you that is powering up the technique. And that is why you cultivate the full head all the time. The full head here, the full Tao. The most original form of the raw spiritual power essence, the chemistry, the spiritual atom that you need, and it's in different types, different things in the periodic table. There's different stuff there that you need to have in order to mix and match your new and your wanted medicine. Without that, even you have all the formulas, like the spells, the food that you can copy and all that stuff, it's useless. But then, it is also important later on, when you get all the elements, to learn and dig into how to mix the formula properly, how to use the formula stuff is also important. But then, right now, I think as of up to this point, you guys may know and get it that learning magic is not as simple as just I want to learn. Pay, get in the lineage, and then instantly you just need some method and you can go, it's not like that, okay? Not like instantly you can shoot fireballs and whatever. It's not like that. And you're not just missing the method. It's not like you're missing the formula. You're missing the stuff that is to be put in the formula. And now the first stage you're doing is to cultivate for these stuffings. You need these stuff in order to run the magic. You need the fuel, the power, not just the method. Just like we say, okay, you're not just missing these technique to block, and punch. You're missing all the power to power up this thing to make it work. Now I think I made it clear enough, right? Hope you guys get it, okay? So this is the reason why we cultivate the full Tao. It's very, very important. So that's it for today. Hope you guys like it. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, share, and don't forget to check out our previous video. There's a lot of stuff there. Hope you guys like this lecture, and we'll see you next class. Bye-bye.